UFC 318 is in the books, where the UFC travelled to New Orleans for a send-off of one of the UFC's best fighters of all time and a legend of the sport, Dustin Porier, who's fighting in his retirement fight against his rival, Max Holloway, in their trilogy bout for the BMF title. This was alongside a fun card with some sneaky good fights. Could this card deliver, and could we get some fun fights and an amazing send-off? Let's find out. This is the Fight Franchise and the recap and review of UFC 318. The prelims started with a women's bout with Nicole Callieri taking on Carly Giudice, where Giudice did the better on the feet across rounds 1 and 2, where in the third, Giudice got an amazing TKO with the knee to the body to get the early prelims off to a great start. A middleweight bout next where Bruno Ferreira took on Jackson McVeigh, where they traded on the feet until the fight went to the ground, where Ferreira would get to mount where he looked like he was going for the arm triangle, but he switched it up and secured the armbar to get the quick first round submission win. A heavyweight bout was up next where Ryan Spann took on Lucas Persky, where they squared off, where Spann got the takedown early where he was doing work in Persky's guard, where after Spann landed shots on the ground, he managed to get the arm triangle where Persky fought out and Spann instead locked up a guillotine and got the tap in another finish on the early prelims. Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio was next, where Crute was sticking to the center while Prachnio was on the outside retreating, where Crute eventually got the takedown where he looked for the submission, but Prachnio worked out of it where they fought on the feet. Again, Crute got the takedown. This time Prachnio tried to defend, however Crute locked up the armbar to get an amazing submission win and another finish for the early prelims. Next up, a prospect with name value and hype, Islam Dulatov was taking on Adam Fugitt, where Dulatov was piecing up Fugitt on the feet, where Fugitt tried to clinch to stop the action, where eventually Dulatov landed a huge shot to drop Fugitt, where he followed up with shots to get the TKO and his official UFC debut in a strong start for the model. That brought the end to some of the best prelim action we've had in a very long time, with 5 straight finishes, 4 of them being in the first round. The prelims started with Atiba Gutierrez versus Robert Valentin, where Gutierrez pressured early throwing huge shots, where Valentin gestured him on, where Gutierrez accepted and threw big, dropping Valentin and following him down and getting the quick TKO finish. The next fight on the prelims, a welterweight bout where Francisco Prado took on Nikolai Varetnikov, where both men fought across a 3-round fight where they went back and forth in a competitive bout where it was close, but the split decision went for Varetnikov. Next up, a bad blood matchup where Brendan Allen and Marvin Vettori squared off, where both men went to war in a super fun fight with both guys throwing huge shots, where early Allen was pressuring looking for the submission after busting open Vettori, where they got back up and fought on the feet where they scrapped till the end of round 1. Round 2 was more of the same fun scrapping on the feet where Allen damaged Vettori, stealing round 2. Round 3 was both men trading on the feet, piecing each other up, where the fight went to the judges' scorecard where Brendan Allen won a great decision in a super fun scrap. The final fight of the prelims was Kyler Phillips taking on Vinicius Oliveira, where round 1 Phillips started the better, however round 2 and 3 Oliveira fought back to steal back the fight and win the decision, which brought the end to some fun prelim action. The main card started with Michael Johnson taking on Daniel Zellhuber in a fight which became heated after the press conference, where the older Johnson did great work on the feet, piecing up Zellhuber and even dropping him, where he stole the first 2 rounds but slowed in round 3, where they fought to the scorecard where Michael Johnson won the deserved decision. A crazy fight next where Kevin Holland took on Daniel Rodriguez, where both men had a fun scrap on the feet, where Rodriguez had heavy hands landing on Holland, where he would steal round 1. Round 2 was chaos with Rodriguez still landing big to the point where he dropped Holland bad, where he survived, where Rodriguez stood Holland up, where he dropped him again and fought hard to get Holland out of there, who turned it around and fought back well against a tiring Rodriguez. Round 3, Rodriguez tired. Holland sensed this and pulled on the pressure, landing an uppercut and dropping Rodriguez, looking for the finish, where Rodriguez survived and would eventually reverse the position and finish the fight on top, where the fight went to the judges' scorecard, where it was a brilliant decision win for Rodriguez in an amazing fight. Next up, Paulo Costa and Roman Kopylov fought in the co-main event, where the fight was fought on the feet, where Costa did great nullifying Kopylov's pressure with his own offense, limiting the damage he was taking while landing himself, where he did great even stunning Kopylov on a few occasions, where across all 3 rounds he did great work and won himself the brilliant decision, where after the fight he called out Khamzat Chimaev. Whether or not he'll get that bout will be seen soon. The final fight of the night, Max Holloway was defending his BMF title against Dustin Porier in his final fight, who had an amazing entrance with an electric crowd, where in the first round Max had shown his skill growth and strength growth since the first fight, doing the more damage and being the busier in round 1, where Holloway dropped Porier, where Max stole round 1. Round 2, more of the same, where Max was piecing up Dustin again and even rocking him, looking to take over the fight. However, towards the end of round 2, Porier rocked and dropped Holloway and jumped the gilly, where he would steal back round 2. Round 3 was a bit more measured and tactical and both guys traded, where it could have gone either guy's way. Round 4, Holloway took back over the fight with his volume and straight punches, where Porier just couldn't keep up with Holloway's volume. Round 5, more of the same with both guys trading until the final bell, where Holloway invited Dustin to trade in the centre of the octagon for the last 10 seconds, where Holloway overwhelmed him where it went to the final horn, where, when the scorecards were read, it was Holloway, the winner, who avenges his loss, who made a brief call out of Ilia and left the time to Porier, who had one of the best retirements in MMA history, where the whole UFC showed a legend of MMA a lot of love and appreciation, which was great to see. That brought the end of a fun night of fights. The early prelims and prelims over-delivered and carried what was a lackluster main card, with 6 finishes in a row from the start of the card. We also had some super fun fights, just the main card didn't deliver how we wanted to, and this card lacked some high stakes matchups for us fans to sink our teeth in. If we was to grade this card, it gets a B. A solid score for a great card which could have under-delivered, but it did give us one of the greatest retirements in MMA history. Next up, we see the middleweight champion defend his title against a man touted for gold since he joined the UFC. Did you enjoy the video? Let us know down in the comments below. What did you think of UFC 318 and what was your favourite fight on the night? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. And what is your favourite moment of Dustin Porier's career? Put that down in the comments below. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video and subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. We hope you enjoyed the video and we'll catch you in the next one.